What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast, that's beast. This the Molten Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Molten Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to another episode of the Malting Hour. That's an awkward intro. That's all right. Well, it's always awkward. Not really, but behind the scenes, we're testing out some stuff, so we're doing it while we're doing the actual episode, and you may or may not know that that's happening, depending on what we
end up doing.
Yeah, exactly. But it makes it easier for Brandon and I to hear ourselves. At least this is nice. He and I are both in our own homes again this evening because it just worked out that way. No one's quarantining. No one's. There's no need for extreme social distancing at this moment. We had just decided that this was the best way to do this episode possible for this evening. In case you wanted to know.
But let's put a little asterisk on that. We are quarantining in general. Like, we're doing the staying away from people and all that other stuff. But the way this kind of worked out, and the topic that we chose was kind of interesting. So it kind of worked out for us both to be in our own domains to do this episode. So.
Yes, it's cleaning your own basement. How to clean. Welcome to the How to Clean Your Basement podcast. I am your host, Brandon Wenninger, joined always with
Tony Golick.
Correct. Well, no, we decided we're dumb. We have a couple episodes in the works right now. With it being August has come and gone. We're done with August already. I can't believe it. It was this year, as long as it has felt that we have been in quarantine during this pandemic. This year is going by incredibly fast. It's kind of freaking me out that it's already September. So with that, we've got some episodes lined up, some ideas, and we were kind of short an idea. And so we decided that why not go digging through our fridges, our beer refrigerators for the end of summer. What beers do we have hiding in there? What beers have we been drinking? You guys know what we've been drinking. Our episodes are based around particular styles and actual breweries and beers. But we thought it'd be fun to go into our fridges and see what we got and just kind of talk about, what's going on. Just kind of like hanging out with two friends while they drink.
Yeah. So this is kind of like this. I want to call this like a transition period when it comes to beer, because this is tradition.
No, correct. No, you know what? That's a really, really good way of putting it.
And it's not because, you know what? So like, I won't knock IPAs or like, I don't get rid of those, but I will start to carry more fall style beers.
Correct.
More,
This is like the
stouts.
last hurrah. This is the last hurrah for, I've been on an incredible, you know this, Brandon, and anybody who follows me, Asa Phelps, is Asa Phelps Chicago? I don't even know what my own Instagram is.
I'm not going to help you on that one, but yeah, I think you're right.
It's Asa Phelps Chicago. Anybody who follows me on Twitter, it's the same thing. You guys know it's been Summer of the Stout, as we've discussed in the last episode, and also I've been drinking a lot of hazy New England style IPAs. That's pretty much been my go-to this summer, which my gut has officially started reflecting. I need to cut back on these bad boys, but they're so good, and they're 16-ounce cans at 7% alcohol, and they're juicy, hazy goodness.
Yeah,
you're right. It is it is a transition time. Because you're right. Because right around the corner, I mean, once we get into September, one of my favorite styles that we're going to discuss soon, Oktoberfest beers. There's a handful there that we can talk about. And then we've got other autumn style beers, maybe some brown ales, some amber ales. And of course, right around the corner, even though we just did Summer of the Stout, which one of the things I want to talk about, barrel-aged beers start, especially in Chicago. I'm not sure how it is in other cities and states, but Chicago, once late fall starts rolling through and winter starts creeping in, we get a plethora of barrel-aged beers. And sorry if you guys can hear creaking. My family is walking around upstairs.
And to preface that, it's so yeah. A lot of breweries do pump out like year round, kind of like barrel aged beers,
right?
But I feel like a lot of the people that buy those age them to like not age them like for a significant amount of time, but they do hold on to them to have them more readily available for themselves in like, you know, the fall, because those are perfect. Like that's like a fall. I mean, when I think of barrel aged beers, I mean, I can drink them anytime, but I enjoy like fall weather, sitting by a fire, drinking a barrel aged beer. That is opposed to a stout. Like
right.
that's the weather for like a barrel aged beer for me personally.
Yeah, like the bigger beers, like the stouts that I've been drinking over the summer. There's been a couple handfuls, of barrel aged beers, but for the most part, it's just kind of been random stouts. There's been some big, there's been some big imperial stouts in there, and like some pastry stouts. A lot of pastry stouts, actually. That's why I'm gaining so much weight. Excuse me, I'm already burping. Sorry, I'm already in my first fridge beer. You're exactly right. Cooler weather, barrel aged beers. I still have 2 props left from last year that I'm excited to drink one with you, Brandon.
I can't wait. It's going to be the greatest day ever.
We might not even record it. I think we're just going to drink it to ourselves one day.
You know, at some point, not everything has to be recorded, I guess, you know.
It's true. I posted that picture of all those beers that I received from friends, and I did not do one video on them, and they all but one are gone. I just checked them in on Untapped. At least I got that going for me.
That's fucked up, dude. You had all those beers and you didn't do any kind of drinking and recording. What the hell?
No, I know. What a jerk. I'm just enjoying beer. What a loser.
And I dropped an F-bomb. This podcast rating has just gone from PG to R.
PG-13. It becomes R when you start dropping,
your pants.
Oh, we're supposed to have our pants on during this?
What?
Oh no. Let's there's a lot. I'm looking forward to the end, not the end of the year, but I am looking forward to the end of the year when it comes to beer. This is my favorite time of year for beer. I've enjoyed the spring and the summer stuff. It's great. But I'm looking forward to our next couple episodes and other episodes after that, where we dive into these cold weather styles, if you will.
Yeah, and I know, like we did that last year. We dove into a bunch of stuff, but
we're a little bit more prepared, I think, this time.
Yeah, well, yeah, but to say that, like, even if like talking about a style that we've talked about before, like, right, I mean, right. Just the range of the beers, like, because I don't think we've ever really gone deep into like the pastry stouts. I hate saying that word.
But yeah, no, we have not. That's a whole another episode.
Yeah, I think that's when we got to go visit Hubbard's Cave.
Like 100%. 100%. I've had my fair. I've got one in my fridge still that's been in there for a little while because it's just so sweet, man. I gotta split it with somebody.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, some of those are just huge, and that's kind of like why that foreign exchange. I haven't opened that yet. Still sitting on that.
Yeah. I can't wait. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm really interested to hear what you think about it when you have it. I still have a couple of Black is Beautiful from one from Foreign Exchange and Church Street, and then one from Revolution left.
So. Yeah, I still have the Black is Beautiful that you gave me.
In exchange for the maple stout.
So I'm actually holding on to that. Mm-hmm. Because I'm debating, I might do a video for that, or just enjoy it. Either way. Like
I still have the coffee dino s'mores that we have to drink this year before that coffee starts getting weird. Is that your child? Do I hear a child in the background?
Apparently.
He's ready to hang out, man. It's late. Go to bed. Jeez. Yeah. Well, good. Everybody can see what it's like when we're actually recording our podcast in our homes. We have people walking around upstairs at my house, and your child is awake.
I didn't realize it was that loud. I was like, "What's going?" I saw there was motion in my dining room, so it's loud enough that like our camera in the living room picked him up screaming from upstairs. So,
amazing! Wow, he is not happy right now.
I'll just send a text to the wife.
Sure. Okay. While you're doing that, I'm gonna tell people what I'm drinking, because this has become I had one of these left. What I've been doing with my beers is that I'll buy like a 4-pack. I'll drink 2 within a couple days, and then I'll save the last 2 for another time. And then the very last can I just kind of hold on to, because I want to savor it. So this is one of the ones that I've been holding on to. For me, it's not a big to do, because I have probably purchased this beer the most this year, which is the great. And I think, I did this on the other podcast I had this year with Kevin. It is the 2018 Gold Juicy Hazy IPA winner at the Great American Beer Fest, the one that you and I went to, Brandon. Alarmist Les Jus, just
nice.
Their New England IPA, and cheers to them. Guys should check out Alarmist. They're super rad. All their other beers are really good. Pantsless Pale Ale, right? Is that what it's called? Pantsless Pale Ale?
I believe so.
A lot of pants dropping on this episode. Ooh, Brandon cracked something. Also very good. Their beers are great, but their whole Le Jus series they got a couple are awesome. And this beer has now popped up in Jewel, Mariano's, our grocery stores, and it's on the shelf, and they don't last very long, even for the Jewel by my house, where I've seen there's some craft beer that's been sitting there since January. Buyer beware. But this goes very quick, and it's fresh. And this has kind of been when I was at the grocery store, and maybe I'd already gone through some of the New England IPAs I had sitting in my fridge. I'm like, man, I don't really want to make a big trip to the liquor store. Let's see what the grocery store has. And Le Jus has been there and has been a faithful companion to me this summer. So cheers to Alarmist and Le Jus, or Le Jus, however you want to pronounce it. So it's a New England IPA. This is 6% alcohol, so it's not crazy high. Some of these other New England IPAs get pretty high up there, between 6 and like 8.5. And I know Noon Whistle's about to release Fluffy Gummy this weekend. Well, when this episode comes out, 2 days ago, and it's 10%, and it's a 10% New England IPA, and it's like, those beers are great, but those are dangerous, because you can crack it open, take a sip, and before you know it, you're done with it, and you've just downed a 10% beer, and it doesn't taste like it. So that was my choice.
It'll probably feel like it.
Yeah. Oh no, it'll feel like it. Yeah, for sure. So that's my first. That's my first beer out of the fridge. I cracked it open early, right before we started, so I could, not have to sit on. There's a couple of beers. I don't know how many we're gonna get through, but there's a couple of beers where I'm like, I'm okay if that one gets warm and I don't finish the entire thing. This I wanted to finish, baby.
Well, let's see if we go our normal hour. Let's see what we get through.
Yeah, no shit. I also feel like we haven't really had an episode where you and I just kind of talk. It's kind of just a beer drinking talking episode. So I kind of like this idea.
Yeah.
It's a nice break from having like a solid thing to talk about. A solid subject. Because what else would you guys want to listen to? Us talk about something serious? No, we're gonna just keep talking.
Who wants to talk?
Yeah, for real. I'm sorry. I cut you off. Why don't you share with us what you got, buddy?
So I went to an oldie but a goodie. And I had this one sitting for a little bit. I bought it on a whim when I think at a 7-Eleven, actually. It is a Colt 45. No.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Well, I actually was at 7-Eleven today, and I thought about that, but no, it's I had a tall boy of the Lagunitas little something sitting on hand.
Very nice.
And I bought a couple of 6-packs of this through the summer, so
it's a solid choice. Solid choice.
And I was at the store a couple weeks ago, and I saw this on sale for it was like, I don't know, like $2 or something. I was like, hell yeah, I'm buying a tall boy a little something.
Dude, it's awesome. Those taller cans are. I know. Who else does tall cans like that? Revolution. They've got Anti-Hero like that in a can.
Yep. Goose does it now too.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I was actually at Jewel today before I picked up the kid from daycare. and I walked through the aisle just to see what they had because I was looking specifically for like fall beers. And they had like 312s in a tall can. And
it's been a while since I've had a 312. I think we talked about that recently.
Yeah. And then there was another one. It was a Goose beer, but it was in a green can, and my mind immediately went to Green Line, but I'm like, no, that's not even there anymore. But
was it just their IPA?
It might have been. It might have been just
that would make sense. Yeah, I think you know what. Actually, now I think about it, I've seen in 16-ounce can, I've seen their SPF, that their tropical passion fruit ale, which is very good.
I don't know if I've had that.
I realized you were taking a sip. Can't edit that out. Took a sip and I cleared my throat. SPF is good. I can't drink a whole lot of them, but it's pretty fruity. Hey, Goose Island, guess what? We're talking about you again. When do we get some kickbacks from this? I saw your Bourbon County lineup. We can review all these for you. We have listeners.
Got a couple 2-tree.
I look at the stats, man. We got a decent amount. Not bad for coming into our second year. Thank you everybody for listening, who continue to listen to us ramble and talk about beers and enjoy it. We do appreciate it.
Yes.
Silence. We do. I was waiting for everyone to go, you're welcome. That's why I got quiet. I was waiting for the welcome. It's been a long time since I've had that Lagunitas little something. I see it's in cans now too, and I feel like that's a cool change for that beer. It would be nice to have for camping, which I'm doing soon, everybody.
What? Where? When?
Ooh, baby, I'll tell you off air.
Yeah. Inquiring minds need to know.
Hey, man, it's going to be a fun time. I'm looking forward to it. It's a short trip, and it's not far away. I'll tell you this, Brandon. It's an hour away. There you go. That's what I'll tell you for now on air. But I'm thinking about stuff like that. I don't think I'm ready for. I'm ready for those the fall beers like we're talking about. I feel like this is like a prelude to our fall beer episodes.
Totally.
This is like a trailer. Ooh, excuse me. Oh my god. That was a big burp. In fact, last year, as some of you may remember, we tried to do our pumpkin beer episode, our Halloween episode, very spooky, with our good friend and number one fan, Clark Petridge. If you've been on the show, remember, you're a number one fan. He came on and we were scrambling for pumpkin beers because it was like a week or two before Halloween and all the pumpkin beers were gone.
Don't ever wait a week before Halloween to get pumpkin beers.
So I was seeing pumpkin beers about 2 weeks ago at Binny's, and I just recently bought the first pumpkin beer. I'm not drinking it until we do the show, until we do the episode, and I think Clark is going to join us again, and I think the plan is that we'll all buy 1 to 2 beers, and we'll do a little tradesies, and I don't know if we'll meet up, depending on weather, maybe we will, but I think we'll end up doing something like this, and we can all try those beers. So we'll actually have pumpkin beers this year, which I'm kind of looking forward to, man, because I didn't have any pumpkin beer last year. I'm really looking forward to having pumpkin beers this year.
Me too. Yeah. So actually, when I was at Jewel, I saw pumpkin.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, I was going to ask which Jewel, but I know a Jewel.
No, it's not the Jewel you think. It's actually the one in North Center, like Lincoln. It's right across from the. I know across from Wild Goose.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went over there. Yeah.
We get some of them wings.
Yeah. Shout out to the Wild Goose. Oh, dude, we could totally do a wing episode.
I think we've talked about that before. There's a lot of ideas still floating out there that we have.
I know. I mean, wings get malted in some variation.
You drink beer with wings. Actually, and a total side note before you finish that thought, a shout out to a fellow podcast that has actually mentioned us because I had this idea of doing a joint episode, the Rain Delay Theater baseball podcast. My friend Jeremy and his buddy do a podcast kind of like how we do beer. They talk baseball, but man, do they know their shit. So one day I would like the two podcasts to come together. We'll do baseball and beer. I bring that up because wings and beer go together, and I just remembered that they gave a shout out to us. So shout out to Rain Delay Theater for mentioning us. And everybody, if you like baseball, they're covering it all. Pandemic and everything, you need a baseball fix. Those are your guys.
Since when do you have a friend named Jeremy?
Oh man, shut up, Brandon.
I mean, I was serious. You got a friend named Jeremy?
Oh, sorry. I've known Jeremy for a long time.
Jeremy Link?
No, it's not Jeremy Link. I haven't talked to Jeremy Link in a long time. This is getting personal.
I already wrote a note in here and like edit this out.
Yeah, so a wing and wings and beer go together so well. I think that makes sense. So does baseball. Baseball and beer go together fantastically.
Yeah, I would love to do like a traveling, like, I mean, when all this shit is over with, like go to places that have wings and just wings and beer, and not just to go eat wings and drink beer. I mean, that's the reason.
That's the main goal.
But like different places have different wings. Right. So choosing the style of wing and the style of beer that goes with that style of wing would be
exactly. And different places have different beers. Yeah,
mind blown.
I was just gonna say that's the mind blown sound.
Remember that time we went after my birthday beer bus and we went to the place with it was $5 for unlimited wings.
Oh,
and we just sat there.
So many wings. I had so many beers that I had to stop drinking. I didn't even get to drink anything at Sketchbook. That's how many beers I had. And it wasn't an awesome night. Yeah, it was. It wasn't that long of a trip either. I just maybe I should have eaten something before we started.
I mean, that trip came hard and came fast.
Oh yeah, that was a fun time.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Speaking of which, your birthday is right around the corner, buddy.
It is, man. I don't know. 16 days away.
Yeah, geez. So I think that puts an episode around there. It does.
It does.
Your birthday is what's the actual date? The
17th.
17th. Yeah, I mean the 14th would be an episode. So I mean, we could do a birthday beer thing. I don't care, whatever. It's your birthday. You choose. I don't know.
Birthday beers. Yeah,
we could do a birthday beer episode.
Figure it out. Maybe that's when I can crack open that foreign exchange.
Oh yeah, good idea. I'll come over.
Okay.
Yay, happy birthday. Let's see what else is going. Yeah, so yeah, you were talking about Southern Tier's pumpkin, and I bought its I would call its opposite. Not really opposite, but the other side of the spectrum is pumpkin is an amber ale, an imperial amber ale, and I got we're going to be talking about Warlock, which is the imperial pumpkin stout, which is by far my favorite pumpkin beer, or has been my favorite pumpkin beer. We'll see what happens on the pumpkin beer episode when we go through and talk about all these beers, because I did see, Dogfish Heads. What's the name of that? Pumpkin or something?
Oh yeah, pumpkin.
Yeah, and then Southern Tier also has their coffee pumpkin stout.
Ooh.
Wild Onion has a pumpkin beer, and they also had a s'mores brown ale, which I think would be good for the fall. And Deschutes, I think, had a pumpkin beer. Everybody, what is it? Is just Kentucky Brewing, the Kentucky barrel aged ales. They have a pumpkin beer as well. So there's a lot out there on the shelves right now. So listen to us. Go get your pumpkin beers now if you're planning on having pumpkin beers this year.
Yeah. So what? The one that I want to try, Binny's has now. It's Breckenridge's Nitro Pumpkin Spiced Latte.
Yeah, grab that one.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds awesome. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not a huge like pumpkin spice latte fan, but like
beer
it's not bad, but like I can only drink a little bit of it. So I would assume if it tastes anything like the shit you'd get at Starbucks, you can only drink a little bit of it. But in beer form, I don't know, it might be really good. Going against like a base stout, that would be awesome, I think.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna go on the record here. When it comes to things that are pumpkin spiced, I like them. I like pumpkin spiced things, okay? And I love when I go online, and as soon as like Dunkin' Donuts or somebody puts some or some company puts pumpkin spice this is out, everyone loses their mind. And you know what's funny? And they're like, oh, so annoyed. Everything's pumpkin spice. No one's forcing you to eat or drink any of this shit. you're annoyed by the ads. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not like it replaces like, pumpkin spice latte. It doesn't mean you can't get a regular latte. Pumpkin spice beer. True. It doesn't mean you can't buy regular beer.
Yep.
Just shut up. You sound like a jerk.
Yeah, just buy what you enjoy and ignore everything else.
Oh man, I'm going off the rails tonight. That was my first rant of many.
Yeah. So, well, it's funny because like, I don't hate pumpkin spice stuff at all.
It's a preference, man.
But predominantly, like pumpkin spice stuff is at coffee places and stuff like that, and it's like it's just full of sugar and carbs, and I'm just like, now I'm more conscious about what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so nowadays I'm like, I don't need the 200 calorie medium coffee to get me through the day. Like, no. But I do love like the pumpkin spiced fall scents. Like, I was at Target the other day and I bought a bunch of that shit. I was like, yep. Oh, Glade plugins. We're going in the house.
And welcome to the Yankee Candle podcast.
And then my wife was like, that's apparently bad for cats. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll put them all in the basement and keep them the fuck out of here.
Nice. And it'll smell like fall every time I come by to record.
Yeah, now it smells like, so the one I have in now is like apple cinnamon or something like that.
Hey, that's also awesome.
It's in the basement, but it's also like, so their litter boxes are down here. So, because everybody needs to know that. And my wife was like, it's going to be too strong down there. I'm like, I don't want it to smell like fucking litter through the entire basement. Like, so it's sitting over the fireplace now, plugged in. And they're, like by the stairs we come down, that's where their boxes are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good, man. I think you chose correctly. That's good. Wow, we really went on a tangent on the scents there. That's pretty great.
I know.
I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this episode. I don't know if anybody else is enjoying it, but I'm enjoying recording and talking. This is what it's like when Brandon and I are just hanging out. So you kind of get a taste of what that's like. That's cool. You know what? Before I know we're getting close to what would normally be the halfway point. Who knows? Who knows how long this goes? I kind of want to touch back on, we were talking about stouts that are coming out, especially being in Chicago. Like I said, we're kind of blessed with at least, two breweries that come to mind are Revolution and of course Goose Island. This year, Revolution, they have already released their lineup for their Deep Wood series. And it used to just be, when they first opened up, that you had like 2 to 3 options, or 3 2 to 3 options. I remember being a Death Star and Straight Jacket and maybe a coffee variant, and then they introduced Rye. I believe I'm doing that correctly, but they've built their barrel age series, this Deep Wood series, immensely over the years, and this year's lineup is pretty rad. And I just wanted to take a moment to kind of go through these real quick. I'm just going to burn through them real quick because what I'm going to do is stop buying all these other beers unless it's for the podcast and officially just focus on brewing because I haven't brewed since May because I need to save up my money so I can get some of these bad boys. So I'm going to go through these real quick, just tell you what they are and what the ABV is. Are you ready, Brandon?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Revolution, starting in
September
18th.
The day after my birthday.
There you go. Thundertaker is being released. It's their collaboration with Binny's. Thunder. Hand-selected Blanton and Buffalo Trace barrels. It's an Imperial Rye Stout aged in bourbon barrels. That is going to be awesome. I can only imagine. That's going to be 14.6%. Then you got to wait a whole another month for when they finally release. Not finally, but they release the beer for that, the barrel aged beer. That the people have come to know and love from Revolution, which is Death Star, which is, it's a delicious beer. If you've never had it, I mean, it's aged for 12 months in barrels, and it's an oatmeal stout, and that's going to be 14.8. And then just like most years, Cafe Death, at least for is it Death or Death? I think it's pronounced 2 different ways, isn't it? Some people say Death, some people say Death. I just want to make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Well, so the only reason I've always defaulted to Death is because
Death Star.
It's a play on Death Star.
That's what I thought. I've heard people say Deeth though, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to continue.
The owner of Revolution is Josh Deeth or Death.
Right.
Deeth? Right. Death? I don't know.
I don't know. That's the question. That is the question. So my apologies, Josh, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but I feel like Death Star.
We will find out and we will clarify.
Damn right. So coming up is Cafe Death, which is also being released on October 3rd. They're using dark matter coffee, same thing, aged in the barrel, I believe, for the same amount of time. And that's 14.8. Now this one you and I talked about, Brandon, very excited about, which is actually lower in alcohol. It is 12.8%. It is Maple Death Imperial Stout aged in maple syrup bourbon barrels. I can't wait for that. Then right after that, about a month later, 2 favorite variants plus Straight Jacket. So we got Straight Jacket, which is a barrel-aged barley wine at about 15%. That's coming back. That's pretty exciting. That's also won some awards. In 2018, it won the Wood and Barrel-Aged GABF award. So that's kind of cool. Another big win for Chicago while we were there. After that, that will also be Death by Cherries, which I've never had, which I'm pretty excited about. So that's the Imperial Stout, unfermented tart cherries at a mild acidity and subtly rounding sweetness to their Death Star barrel-aged Imperial Stout. That sounds cool. And one I missed out on last time they released was Honey Jacket, a barrel-aged barley wine with honey. So that's pretty awesome. And then shortly after that, this list just keeps. I mean, this is how awesome it is too.
Yeah.
To be in Chicago. December 11th, we've got Rye Way to Heaven, which is a rye ale aged in rye barrels, which is very delicious. Then Double Barrel VSOD, which is the double barrel aged Imperial Stout. So it's a very special Old Death double barrel. The VSOD in general is one of my favorite beers from them. It's so great. And this is let's see. It says during the second year. Oh, so I'll read just the absolute pinnacle of Death Star lineup. The very special Old Death double barrel sits in an intersection of extremity and sophistication. During the second year of aging, so that's how long this beer ages, a small number of specially selected Death Star barrels are blended, then finished in a fresh Weller Special Reserve barrel and Weller 10-year barrels. Nice. That's intense, man. And it's 17% alcohol. Then we've got Mineshaft Gap, which I have not tried either. It's another barley wine, but it's aged in cognac barrels for 12 months. So that's cool. And then January 22nd, as it all come crashing back down, Apple Brandy Rye Way. It's rye wine aged in apple brandy barrels, which sounds delicious. 12.3%, and then a TBA collaboration that they have not released yet. So I hope I ran through that as fast as possible without taking up too much time and stumbling over too many words. But that is something when we talk about stout season here in Chicago, when it gets cold, the barrel-aged stout stuff. I mean, we didn't even talk about Bourbon County's lineup this year.
Yeah, we can do that in another episode
for sure. That's a whole other time. But as of right now, I think it's time for a break and another beer.
We flipped our finger to the King of England, stole our country from the Indians, with God on our side and guns in our hand, took it for our own. Built a nation dedicated to liberty, justice and equality. Doesn't look that way to you, it doesn't look that way to me. Sickest joke I know. Listen up man, I'll tell you who I am. Just another stupid American. You don't wanna listen, you don't wanna understand. So finish up your drink and go home. I come from the land of Ben Franklin, Twain and Poe and Baldwin, Otis Redding, Ellington, the country that I love. But it's a land of the slaves and the Ku Klux Klan, Haymarket riot and the Great Depression, Joe McCarthy, Vietnam, sickest joke I know. Listen up man, I'll tell you who I am. Just another stupid American. You don't wanna listen, you don't wanna understand. So finish up your drink and go home. I'm proud and ashamed every 4th of July. You got to know the truth before you say that you got pride.
And we're back.
Oh my God.
Yes.
It seems very somber.
Welcome to the second half of the malting hour. And we're back.
Oh my God.
I could not figure out how to use that sound effect, but I'm like, yep, this is it. That's how I'm using it.
Dude, I'm gonna do a super cut of all the and we're backs one day. And it's just every time I guarantee there's more times than not where I go, oh my God. Oh, that was very sad. We're back. Welcome back after that quick little break where Brandon and I discovered that apparently I'm supposed to be feeding his cats in a couple weeks.
We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, I got you, buddy. Don't worry. Welcome back, everybody.
Chips at him, whatever.
Yeah, here you go. You have one of those Pocky chips we were supposed to eat.
Still got some of those. I made a lot of money off those chips, dude.
That's good, man. And I did not destroy my body, so I'm pretty happy that I didn't do it. I mean, I saw that there are other Pocky chips that like their brand, like habanero and ghost pepper.
We'll do the ghost pepper one day.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I literally sat there and ate a bag of those the other day, and I was like, meh.
All right, I'll probably. I mean, I've made my own hot sauce now at this point, so yeah. I'm a pro.
Yeah, I haven't made hot sauce in a while. I got to do that again.
Yeah, you messaged me the other day about how I fermented. I'm like, what do you
mean? No. It was the vessel. What vessel you had it in?
I used a 1 gallon. I used it when I was doing my test batch of beer. My little 1 gallon plastic jug that I got from the Pursuit Supply homebrew shop on Irving Park Road. If you need any homebrew or photograph needs, go to the Pursuit Supply on Irving Park Road in Old Irving Park, Chicago.
Wait, they do homebrew and photograph stuff?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Have you ever been to Pursuit Supply? Oh man, they're a great shop. The Million Grains.
They do give an AHA discount.
They do. They're pretty great. That was a joke advertisement there, but seriously, go check them out. Just like our friends at Gnome Brew, where you need all your homebrew supplies met. That was a terrible ad. Great, they're not going to be a sponsor, but thanks, Gnome Brew. You got me through the pandemic with all my brewing supplies.
You don't have to go home, but you can Gnome Brew. See, that would have been better.
Yeah, that was all right. It's better than mine, that's for sure.
You can't brew at home, but you can Gnome Brew. We're not getting paid for this. We're just talking about these businesses.
We're trying out. We'll send these ideas to the companies and say, hey, check it out. We're working on ads for you guys. Will you be a sponsor based on these ads?
Sorry, I just screamed because I hit my tattoo.
That's right. You joined the tattoo club. You got an awesome tattoo. Not your mom, man. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a very cool tattoo. That's super cool.
And it's got this weird tape on it that I can't remove until Thursday.
Correct. That is going to keep it safe and not get infected.
Yep.
All right. So Brandon and I are emptying out the back of the fridge today. It's
back, front, whatever's in there right now.
Whatever's in there right now.
Grab what you can.
I went first the last time. Brandon, you go first this time and let us know what you're drinking, baby.
So what I decided to grab was a beer that I have a lot of because I got a lot of it. It's another local brew. Well, you can consider Lagunitas local too. So I'm drinking
Lagunitas beer. Oh, sorry.
No,
I misunderstood. Sorry.
No. The first beer was Lagunitas.
I know what you're drinking.
Revolution Ghost Ride.
I knew it. I have no more of those left.
I still have not that much, but I've got a few. So
Ghost Ride's a great beer. It's a Kolsch.
Yep.
Kolsch. It's very delicious, and I actually stocked up on that when they did their summer fridge stuffer, and I split this with number one listener Mike Vertucci, my brother-in-law. I got 24 cans of bottom up wit, which I was about to drink. I was going to drink that because I have one of those left, but I was like, I just did a whole 5-minute spiel about Revolution. I'm not going to have another Revolution beer, but you brought it out. But you got for $20, I got 24 16-ounce cans of bottom up wit, And then I also got 24 12-ounce cans of their Kolsch Ghost Ride. So 48 beers for $20. It was the greatest deal of the summer, and I don't regret it. And that Kolsch is delicious. It's a great choice, Brandon.
Yeah. So I do want to tell the story about how I got this beer. So
you've actually told this story already.
Oh, did I?
You have told it, yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't need to tell
2
it
episodes ago. No, yeah, about the whole. This was what episode?
The shirt thing. Yeah,
yeah, the shirt thing. Yeah, you told this.
Yeah.
Story.
So I couldn't remember.
Story. It's fantastic.
Well, so here's what's messing me. I couldn't remember if I did, and I also went to do a review of this beer. I had like my GoPro set up. I was doing video and everything like that, and I was drinking the beer, doing everything, and then like Becca called me, so I ran upstairs. Wife called. Came back down, camera was still running, and then I realized the lighting was off. I had already drank the beer, and I was like, I'm not doing this again. So I just so I was gonna do like one of those videos for our page or Instagram. I was like, fuck it. I'm not.
We've knocked out 2 so far this year, so eventually we'll get into the swing of it. But that's hilarious that's what ended up happening. It's funny that's the beer that you went with, and you and I did not plan this episode at all. We said we were going to grab a couple of random beers from our fridge that we were going to drink. You're right. Lagunitas is local. Alarmist is local. You did Revolution. That's local. And I went with another local. I had
Half Acre.
2. You are correct. I had two beers left of these. I had Daisy Cutter sitting in my fridge because I got some Daisy Cutter sometime in August, I think. And it's been a long time since I had Daisy Cutter. Daisy Cutter Pale Ale from Half Acre is one of the best pale ales. It wasn't on our pale ale episode, was it?
I don't think so.
I don't think it was on. No, I don't think it was, because we did the pale ales of the decades. This did not make it. We did Oscar Blues instead.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about Half Acre that much. Unfortunately. But and I say unfortunately because they make great beers.
They do. They make amazing beers. I know a place where you can still get Big Hugs. Their Imperial Stout. It's just sitting there on the shelf. Yeah.
Text me.
Nothing. Yeah, it's not coffee, not vanilla. It's just a regular Big Hugs. And it's sitting there on the shelf, and it's pretty awesome. But yeah,
did we do like a Big Hugs or something and after the final pour?
I don't think so. The after the final pours are such a blur to me. The only way
they should be.
Yeah, from now on they won't be, because we got the individual episodes, which I hope everyone's enjoying. I hope you like that format. This way Monday you guys got something to listen to. Every Monday you got something from us, Brandon and Tony. I'm Brandon. That's Tony. Actually, the last one we did, the Rye, that's my mixed berry Rye. That's my favorite, because we sing during the intro.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying sweat, 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 and you throw in the Tony and Brandon are drinking more.
That's how that song should have been.
Well, that was the original plan. There was a whole bunch of that, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. Thank you, Kevin and Deb. You guys are great.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin and Deb.
But yeah, you and I chose the other 2 beers. It's kind of funny that the beers that we chose are really kind of they're definitely summer beers. I think they're very appropriate. We got the New England IPA. What is a little something considered? If you can hear me typing, that's because I'm looking it up. This is how I'm gonna try and be more proactive during our shows.
It is on the bottle or the can. It says "Away Smooth and Silky IPA," and I think it's just an IPA.
Yeah, it's just that's exactly what it says on the website. Unlimited release, a little something way smooky, smooth, way smooth and silky. Gee, I've only had 2 beers. Oh my god!
You know what we need to do? Do we have the voicemail that we got from them before?
You got the voicemail? Didn't they call? Oh no! We recorded it. That's somewhere on an episode when we actually called them. We did it live on an episode.
No, we called them, but then they called back and told us to visit them.
Oh yeah, God, you've got the voicemail.
What number did we give them? I don't know.
Yours. It's yours. We gave them yours.
I don't think we did, but
I haven't talked to him, and I don't have a voicemail, baby. from them.
Well, I was thinking, at the time, did we give them the 212 number or like?
No, because that would have went to my phone.
No, that's true.
Anyway, so we did that. I did my New England IPA, and then you've done a Kolsch, and I chose Daisy Cutter from Half Acre. So we chose local breweries, although Lagunitas has a brewery here. They're originally from, what was it, Palmetto, California?
Yep.
Petaluma.
Yeah.
Petaluma. I don't know. It's a P. They're from fucking California.
Petaluma, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Petaluma, California. But, they have a brewery here in Chicago. And, Alarmist from Chicago. Ghost, right? Revolution's from Chicago. And Half Acre from Chicago. It's kind of cool how that worked out. We stayed very local this summer for the beers that we were drinking.
Unintentional, but that's how it happened.
They're all very good beers. We've had, not again, but with the stout one, we both did not have each other's beers before. We happened to buy the same beer, but didn't drink it together. And on this one, we've had each other's beers before, so we're familiar with each beer here. That's kind of cool. Look at us doing something. A little something, something.
Something.
So I did that there. Brandon, what are you looking? What did you enjoy the most about the summer? The summer that didn't really happen. Was there anything that you actually found yourself liking? Because this was such a very different, random summer.
I got this. Well, it's weird. So I have a young son, and it was great that I got to spend so much time with him at such a young age. That was awesome.
Yeah, it's not that's not weird. I think that's super cool. You got
I spent way more time barbecuing. I bought a smoker. I've smoked a bunch of stuff.
I got to bring some sausage over at some point so we can smoke that sausage.
And I'm still learning about smoking. So I'm wondering am I smoking it or just slow cooking it? Whatever. But yeah, it's been a trial and error, but it's been a fun trial and error. So
yeah, I feel like with cooking that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and you.
For me, this summer we did a lot of stuff around the house. My wife and I decided to tackle some projects we had started on, and we were able to knock those out. I did not do as much brewing as I thought I was going to do this summer. I'm kind of bummed about that. As I said earlier, the last time I brewed was back in May on National Homebrew Day. Their Great American, or the Big Brew Day. Thank you. Big Brew Day. I'm from the AHA. The Big Brew Day. It was the last time that I brewed any beer. So I thought I was going to do more of that, but I did some more cooking as well. Because of you, I had an Instant Pot, which is super cool, that I used a lot in the winter of last year, but I started using it a bit more with this, having to quarantine and kind of shelter in place because of the pandemic. But I also I started getting more into gardening. So that's thanks to my wife. I grew my own peppers, made my own hot sauce. We've done some pickling. Actually, my wife has made a couple different types of pickles. She did bread and butter pickles. She did spicy dill pickles, which are phenomenal. I did my first hot sauce. I did pickled jalapenos and pickled banana peppers. So, that's been the highlight of my summer this year. That's about it. Everything else sucks. No, I'm joking. Everything else has just been a downer. No, it's without brewing, I've unfortunately spent a good amount of money on buying, like I said, these New England IPAs. But it was the first time that I got a chance that I really felt like what I was doing was supporting these local breweries, because we did the whole episode before on curbside pickup and beer delivery, and that was a lot of fun. And it's also great because we're supporting these breweries that we love and we depend on to feed us the swill that we so much desire. So I feel like in that sense, it's been kind of cool to focus on that. Like, I'm not just buying beer; I'm giving to this company that I brewery that I love, and hoping that they will survive because of my contribution.
So just to bring this around full circle again, I've been like searching on my phone. So Lagunitas emailed us at the malting hour. That's
the old email routine, because we told them in that message, if anybody wants to go back and listen to that episode. I don't remember when it is. I do remember when it is.
So we got the email on January 22nd. Oh, my mom's birthday.
We talked about it. Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah,
that's a sign.
Memories.
We did that. We did it post prop. That was that's when we did so many after the final pours.
Yep. Hello?
Oh, I'm still here.
Oh, did you die?
No. I said we did after so many final pours. I thought you were going to continue to go on about the email.
No, yeah. So that's exactly what happened. So we got it done. And they gave us the info to chat with their folks over in Chicago, which we didn't take charge of, and then quarantine happened, so it never happened. So
no, we'll have to touch base. We are actually in talks with a couple other breweries as of right now.
We are.
Well, we got one email reply. That was cool, and then
we did.
You didn't see that?
I did.
And there's 3 more breweries that are part of that collective with the guys from Crushed by Giants. Thanks, Jesse. We'll be doing that soon because I need to get some pizza in me, baby.
Jesse pizza.
I need to go back to Crushed by Giants. That was really
that was awesome. But what's awesome is that you can order from them with like DoorDash or whatever, and get their beer delivered.
It is kind of tricky because they are downtown Chicago, so parking is not ideal.
No, it's fucking glamorous at this time of the year, like when nobody's going downtown.
Oh, for sure, but it's still expensive as hell.
No, dude, we literally could have went. Well, so okay, if you go like,
I like your build up to.
I'm like, yeah. So I guess I want to say if you go now, what's now 9:25? I don't know if they're still open, but maybe you go 2 hours, 7 o'clock. You go down there, you can find parking a block or 2 away.
Oh, for sure,
walk
for
right
sure.
out. Yeah.
We should consider that because they just canned Neon Wolf, the hazy IPA that I had.
Those mother effers.
No, thank God. I need to get me some more of that. It was so good.
I know. Why don't
actually? They're the guests. Deliver? They're the guests on the next after the final pour.
Yeah. They should just keep posting about our beers.
Yeah.
We don't have beers. Post about theirs and our episode.
Just keep reposting, everybody. That was a lot of fun. Those guys were cool. Dave the Mailman Kearns and Jesse.
I want to know if he's accepted that name.
Yeah, I would hope so. If he's not, I'm embarrassed for all of us.
Mm-hmm. Well, just because we're mentioning him, he's going to be tagged in this episode. So,
keep it going, baby. Yeah. We're going to tag all the breweries that were mentioned tonight. This hasn't been much, actually.
Not much. No, we talked about
5. At least 5, 6 breweries. At least 6 breweries. 7, 8. I've just now counted 8 breweries in my head that we talked about tonight. It's not
9. 8. Russian
9.
River.
10. There's 10. That's 10.
Salmoth. I don't know. What's going
11. On? Founders. 12. Founders. Too soon. Founders.
I don't know if it'll ever be too soon. Holzlager?
Hey, that's my favorite glass.
Hey, Holzlager. Yeah, dude, you've used that glass a lot, and that's awesome.
I love that glass. It's my favorite glass. It is my absolute favorite glass that I own right now, other than the Jessup Farm glass that I have. Which, by the way, Bo, what's up with that Jessup Farm beer package? What's going on?
Because they had awesome beer. If he could send stuff, that would be awesome to chat about their beer.
I'm gonna shoot him another message because I said we should put together a Chicago beer. Maybe he's waiting for the stout season. That son of a bitch. He's waiting for the real good beers.
But he would be awesome to have on and just talk about their stuff too.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we can do a Zoom thing with them. Have them come on and
we'll this same setup we could definitely do with him.
Perfect. Oh man, look at it. So many ideas happen on this show, and about 20% of them get fulfilled. That's the Malting Hour way. That's how we do it, baby. Oh man. Well, Brandon, I think we've I haven't emptied my fridge. That's a lie. There's so many beers left in my fridge still, but I feel like I think this has been a fun time. I had a fun time. Did you have a fun time doing this?
Every time.
I thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate hearing that you have a fun time every time we do this. Otherwise, why the hell are we doing this?
Because I love you, man. It's because I love you.
Oh, thanks, man. I love you too. Hey, everybody. Just want to say thanks for listening to us. We appreciate all the listens that we get and the likes and the shares and the stuff like that. Just a reminder, you can find us on all the social medias by looking up themaltinghour.com. Also, please visit themaltinghour.com. Yeah. Wait. Go back. Did I just say you can find us on all the social medias by the maltinghour.com?
Editor's note. Go ahead.
No, we're not editing that out. I'm 2 beers in and I can't figure this out.
Wait, no, you're not. We've only been into this new name like 8 months, so yeah, you get an editor's note.
All right, fine. We'll see if I edit this out. The Malting Hour, you can find us everywhere on the social medias, looking up the Malting Hour. Please do us a favor and go to themaltinghour.com, because when you go there, we get a little incentive, if you know what I mean, which would help us keep this podcast going. We don't have a Patreon. And we're not looking to take any donations right now. We might do it one day if you're interested, but as of right now, if you just go to themaltinghour.com, that helps us out. That's what we get, baby. That keeps the show going. We can keep doing things like this. If you have any show ideas or suggestions, you can email us at themaltinghour@gmail.com. Brandon, how can people follow you on the social medias or Instagrams or whatever? Wow, that was like your James Hetfield impersonation. That was great.
You know what's funny? Like when I was getting my tattoo the other day, I was joking around and I was doing something like that, and my cousin was like, "Dude, you should be in a band." And I was like, "I was in a band." And he's like, "Really?"
I used to be in a band
back in my day when I was pretty. I was in a band, and they let me scream. No. Silly little hobbitses. What?
Oh my, it's all falling apart.
Anyway, so yeah, if you want to follow me on the Instagrams, it's bdub81, bdub81 at Twitter or whatever, or on Twitter. And actually, I think Instagram is bmdub81.
It is. That's tricky.
So those are my handlers that handle me.
If you want to follow me, it's very easy. It's Asa Phelps Chicago on everything, which is ASAP HELPS Chicago. So it's like as soon as possible helps Chicago, but that is not what it means. Asa Phelps is a character from The Simpsons. A short-lived character, very short. But if you know the Flying Hellfish, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm Twitter, Instagram, and we post stuff there too. We try and get all the stuff in the Malting Hour, but Brandon and I have our own lives, beer stuff and things like that. But I think that's it, baby. I think we're done.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah, thanks everybody. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye. Oh man, a door closed. Oh man, that's amazing. Leaving it all in there.